Hello, everybody. My name is Lydia Chernicoff, and I'm the founder and artistic director of Q Concerts. Today, I'm very happy to be joined by Pam Hentges, also on violin, Sadie Nichols on viola, and Natalia Khoma on cello. We're thrilled to share this program with you today as part of our partnership with the Charleston County Public Library. This program is called Songs of Heaven and Earth, and on it you'll hear music by two women, Maddalena Casulana from Italy and Florence from Arkansas. This program is called Songs of Heaven and Earth because you'll hear both spirituals and love songs. There's a wonderful connection between these two composers. They're both powerful women who really left their mark on music history, so pairing them together feels very natural, even though they lived about 400 years apart. One of the things that's so cool about classical music is that we have the ability to bring composers from very different eras into dialogue with one another. So we're very excited to bring you the voices and music of these two women and share these songs of heaven and earth with you, and we hope you enjoy listening. I also wanted to let you know that you may not be able to see it, but we'll be smiling from behind our masks. Here's a little bit about Maddalena Casulana. She's an Italian Renaissance composer from the 1500s. She's kind of mysterious. We don't really know that much about her life. But we do know that she was the very first female composer to have a complete book of her music published, which is incredible, an incredible thing to be remembered for, even though there's so much we don't know about her life. Sometimes this very old music can feel very far away from our own experience. But these madrigals that you'll hear today are love songs that are based on poetry. So the musical style is very different, but the sentiment is very much the same as any passionate love song you'd hear today. Now, when we play this very old music, we have to make decisions about style, whether to imitate the style from the time in which it was written, or whether to play in our more modern style on our more modern instruments. Today, we're going to do a little bit of both. So we're going to use more open strings, which is when we play with no fingers down on the strings, because that creates a sort of pure resonant sound that's very much in the style of the Renaissance. We're also going to use less vibrato, which is when we do put our fingers down on the strings and we sort of move them back and forth to create this romantic shimmer in the sound. We use a lot of that today in our playing, but it was not as popular in the 1500s. But we're still going to use a little bit because these are love songs after all. We hope you enjoy this set of Five Madrigals by Maddalena Casulana. Each one is very short, only about 2 minutes, and I'll give you the title of each one before we play it. This movement is called As I Smile Amidst Grass and Flowers. The second movement is Love, Why Do You Throw Me to the Ground? The third movement is From Fragrant Ferns. Fourth movement is Oh, the Power of Love. And the fifth song is O Night, O Sky, O Sea. Florence Price was from Arkansas. She was born in the 1800s, in the late 1800s, and lived into the 1950s. And like Maddalena Casulana, she was a pioneering composer. She was the first Black female composer to have a piece of music premiered by a major orchestra, by the Chicago Symphony. And she is a master at incorporating traditional songs and spirituals into larger compositional forms like the symphony and string quartet. She's able to create these wonderful connections between these different styles of music in her pieces by incorporating these songs into the more traditional forms. The manuscript for Five Folk Songs and Counterpoint, which you'll hear today, was actually only discovered a few years ago in the library at the University of Arkansas. And the first recording was just released in 2016. So this is a piece that's relatively new to all of us, and we're very excited to share it with you. It's a fantastic piece, and each movement is based on a spiritual or traditional song, many of which I think you'll recognize. We have Calvary, Oh My Darlin Clementine, Drink to Me with Thine Own Eyes, Shortnin Bread, and Swing Low Sweet Chariot. Each movement starts with a statement of the song, and then she weaves these songs into the music in such a way that you almost forget that they're there. But she keeps bringing your attention back to the tune every once in a while just to remind you where we started. We hope you enjoy these Five Folk Songs and Counterpoint by Florence Price. The first movement is Calvary. Second movement is Oh My Darlin Clementine. The third movement is Drink to Me with Thine Own Eyes. The fourth movement is Shortnin Bread. The last movement is Swing Low Sweet Chariot. Thank you again for joining us. We hope you enjoyed hearing these songs of heaven and earth. If you have thoughts or questions, we'd love to hear from you. Please write to us on our website at theletterqconcerts.com. Stay well, everybody. Thanks again.